work. I mean, you gotta give props to RJ. RJ and Jae'Lyn are pretty spectacular from behind for sure.
Are you guys kind of in desperation mode right now? And what is that mode like to be in desperation mode? Having to win.
Just having to do whatever it takes. I think that's been a big message from head honcho HD, and he said whenever it comes down to it, you gotta live in the trenches. You gotta do whatever it takes to get the win. And I think that's really something we've been embracing.
You mentioned those conversations with Hubert Davis throughout the season and just coaches. What did those conversations look like? When did you have them? Just anything you can tell me about those conversations.
I would say it was a handful for sure, but it varied from just casual check-ins to like we need you to we got a big game coming up, or we have a matchup that we really think that you would do good on, or just like things of that nature.
Was there anything specific during those conversations that kind of took root that have allowed you to kind of have this performance you've had over the last 4 games?
I'd say it's been probably the biggest has been Marcus. He's been telling me, like, come on, man, like, anytime that you see the rim or whenever you got an open opportunity to let it go, you shoot too good to really have to do anything extra than that.
And when did he start telling you that, or has that kind of been an all-season thing?
He's been telling me that all season, but it's, trying to figure out exactly what works for me, and based off of my game, like that's been a tough adjustment for me to really embrace it or understand that. So I think right now I've understood.
Jae'Lyn, how's your eye?
Doing better. How's it looking?
Still looks a little red.
little bruised and red, but not as bad as you.
You're almost close to getting it whacked today too. You got hit in the face.
All right, man, got some whiplash on that, but I'm not gonna lie.
Who was it that hit you?
Saunders. Yeah.
He was trying to box out, and I got pinched by Van to be camped.
Like originally, the first time.
Oh, Katie caught me. Like it was like anytime I have a nickname or whatever, it's the goofiest stuff ever. But it was on the inbound pass on the follow through, and he ended up catching it.
I asked Ian if you've seen any difference since getting started and playing so well. He said you've been pretty level-headed this whole time. Do you feel any different since in these last 3 games at all?
Outside of being efficient and knocking down a lot of the shots that I am taking, I think it's just been doing the little things, making sure that I can stay on the court to help out the team.
What kind of difference would you make it defensively if you were away?
I would say I'm being disruptive, making sure that I'm trying to clean up on the glass and play a little help defense, being a big helper out there.
Jae'Lyn, let's go back to October. We were talking to you out there in the court when you had media day, and you said you were a much better three-point shooter than what people saw last year. Mm-hmm. You referenced your last year at Louisville when you shot around 41%.
Yeah.
I know the season isn't over, I don't want to jinx you, but how satisfying is it that you're shooting the way you are, and when you look at the numbers, they're backing up what you said was going to happen?
Extremely satisfying. However, not at a point where in the season or as a team where we can't be satisfied. So I think that have to be a little bit more efficient in order for us to get better. So I think that's what I got to do.
You also talked about the work you put in. The shots that you hit today, the shots you hit the other night, the ones at Syracuse, were those a byproduct of the summer? Did it start then, and now you're kind of reaping that?
A lot of reps. I think it's muscle memory at this point. I think, the shots that I get up before practice or after practice is just maintenance.
Some of the ones you're taking now, I think you hesitated last year to take, especially later in the year.
For sure.
You're taking them now. What's the freedom of having that kind of confidence? You're less inhibited out there.
Man, there's no second thought out there. I think it's anytime I can get the ball up in order to shoot it, I think that it's a good shot for me. I think I work on contested shots, open shots, shots off the move. So I think that either way it goes, just be aggressive, making sure I'm confident.
Had you forgotten what kind of player you are? And have you found that again?
I would say I kind of got lost in the weeds. Kind of was trying to be a little bit of everything, and I think that what got me here is what I've fallen back on. Knocking down shots, being able to make straight line drives, cleaning up on the glass, being a good defender, and blocking a shot or two if need be.
And to be able to find that, even as this team was struggling, I mean, how did you find it? Did anybody remind you, or did you have to remind yourself?
I would say it's been more so reminding myself, just locking into the work that I put in, you know, how much time, you know, reflecting on everything. I think that kind of brought me back to level ground. Also talking to my dad. Dad's been in my ear a lot as of late. So.
You've mentioned that a couple times, yeah. What's he saying?
Man, it's win or go home. So I think that's me understanding the urgency, the sense of emergency is like the biggest thing right now. So I think it's like don't take any moment for granted.